If you're looking to scale your home service business from 0 to 7 figures in 2025, this video is for you. So whether you're starting out or you have an existing business and you're ready to take it to the next level, I'm going to give you my 3 proven strategies to help you systemize marketing, hiring, and operations. The same exact roadmap that I've used in my own house painting business and scaled it to 7 figures. With that said, if you have the attention span of a goldfish and you can't stick around, then scaling a business is probably not for you. So stick around, take notes, and prepare to implement these strategies. Rule number 1, in business, you need predictability. You have to be able to predict outcomes. You have to be able to identify patterns so you can double down and you can confidently take risks. The biggest risk of all, at least in my experience, is hiring people, right? The hiring element of a home service business is usually the bottleneck. And what I want to do is I want to give you a simple strategy for hiring quality talent. Number 1, it all comes from the top. Your ability to lead team members, to inspire them, to get them bought into the vision is what's going to make the difference. In the home service space, the standard is low. I think you might know that by now. But what you have to understand is the value you can offer great talent. You want people to be knocking at the door, wanting and wishing to work for you. A good rule of thumb that I hold dear is I want people to be so proud of themselves for getting a job with my company that they take their family out to eat afterwards. That's the type of value I want to create. It's almost like something that they have to earn in order to achieve. So with that said, rule number 1 is it comes from you. Your ability to express the vision for your company, to inspire others to be able to take their life to the next level so they can help you take your business to the next level is going to make all the difference. So that's number 1. If you don't have the vision, start writing it down. Where do you see your business in the next 5 to 10 years? And how do you see it impact the people that buy in early? That's number 1. Number 2, clearly define roles. And if you ever deviate from them, overcompensate. Here's the deal. As a home service business owner, I know for a fact that sometimes we have to put our team in uncomfortable situations, whether that's a weird job type or something outside the norm. I'm always cognizant about making sure that I'm not overextending my team, making sure that I'm not stressing them out or frustrating them with job types that they didn't sign up for. Like for example, as a house painting business, if I get a customer that wants popcorn removal, that's not normal work that we normally do, which is going to require my team to do things that obviously they're not used to. Now, of course, this is a learning experience, but more importantly, overcompensate in those areas. Show appreciation where necessary. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this is because you might think, well, what does this have to do with hiring? Well, hiring is about setting expectations. And I think it's important for you to understand that those expectations need to be written. Those expectations need to be advertised in your hiring ad. It's important, if you really have that principle that I just outlined for you as a standard, to put it in the ad. Essentially, best employees have went through pain in some form with a previous business owner. And what you want to do is you want to be a place that really cultivates leaders, that really identifies areas where you can improve as a business owner so you can help your team improve. But more importantly, you want to be a place that values the labor, because the labor is the product. You sell a service, so you want the best talent. You want someone to read that ad and be inspired. Next, you want a system. This is a filtering out system. Whenever I hire an employee, they've been through 6 steps before even getting a chance to work with our company. Those steps are outlined like this: a very high quality, appealing ad outlining the standard and the expectations. Number 2, filling out a special form that outlines skill set and helps us identify personality traits before we even have a conversation with the applicant. Then it's a phone interview. Then it's an interview. Then it's a background check. Then it's a working interview. This systemized process allows us to make sure that we're not making emotional decisions when it comes to hiring. Instead, we're using data. We're using a system. And what this system does, more so than find us great applicants, is it helps deter us from, well, those applicants that shouldn't be in the pipeline in the first place, right? So what this does is it's a character building opportunity, and it helps us see who's really committed, who wants to be a part of our team. And you'd be so surprised with some of the things that come through the pipe. And really what it helps us identify is that we need a system. So if I can sum up hiring, is that you have to be diligent, you have to be disciplined, and you have to stick to the plan. It doesn't matter if someone is a referral from someone that's worked with me for 5-10 years. I don't care. They're going to go through the same exact process as everyone else because I trust in the process. Number 2, operational efficiency. If you are a business owner, this needs to be a standard. You need to wake up and think, how can I improve operations? Get rid of the CEO title. You're not a CEO in the standard definition of Chief Executive Officer. You need to be the Chief Efficiency Officer. This gentleman, this lady is the individual that makes sure that the systems are running effectively. Now, you might be thinking, Tanner, I wake up every day and I paint by myself. Am I the CEO? Yes, but you're doing a poor job of it. You need to be creating efficiency across all channels. We just described a way to create efficiency in hiring, which is the system. Okay, so ultimately you need to be looking at hiring, you need to be looking at marketing, you need to be looking at sales. And your job is to say, how can I get predictable results in marketing? How can I get predictable results in hiring? How can I get predictable results in sales? Okay, and ultimately that leads 4th element, which is my favorite. How can I create predictable results in my administrative processes? So with that said, operational efficiency, I created Drip Jobs. Drip Jobs is a CRM. If you don't know what a CRM is, customer relationship management system. And what this does is so much more than manage relationships. It helps keep you sane. Ultimately, nowadays in 2024 and beyond, your business can only grow as fast as the software that you're using to power it. Drip Jobs has powerful components like automated follow-ups and pipeline automation to keep you organized. Ultimately, you can't be doing all the work and keeping up with all the customers and staying on top of follow-ups without a powerful tool in its place. So that's one element of efficiency, is adopting a great software. Of course, I recommend Drip Jobs. Next, hiring. We talked about that. Hiring is ultimately a system, but guess what? You will have to go through the learning curve. You will have to make sure that not only are you utilizing the system, but you're learning from mistakes, because no system is perfect. But what's beautiful about a system is that it's a system that can be refined and iterated upon over and over and over again until that system produces great results over and over and over again. So operational efficiency, here's one thing you cannot do, is you cannot be doing the work. Okay, so getting into a home service business is exciting, but every day that you pick up a brush or a hammer or whatever tool you would use to perform the service, you are taking away time that you could be actually scaling the business. Quick analogy here for you. If you were Jeff Bezos of Amazon, wouldn't it be silly to find Jeff packaging the purchases in the warehouse? Wouldn't that be a silly thing? Wouldn't you look and say, Jeff, what are you doing? You have to run the operation. Why are you packaging? Why are you in fulfillment? Now I'm going to deduce the service that you're doing to fulfillment. And I mean that by no other way to help you understand how important it is for you to be out of fulfillment, because ultimately the only thing that will grow your business and drive growth and drive success is sales. You need to be selling in the first year of your business nonstop, all day, yesterday and tomorrow. Get the production done, get it automated, get it to a point where you have great help doing great work and freeing you from what's going to be the greatest time suck in your business. You will not get to 7 figures if you are picking up tools every single day. Last, marketing. Here's the deal. If you want a 7-figure strategy when it comes to marketing, here it is. We are entering 2025. This is the year of online commerce, more so than it's ever been. You need to have Facebook ads running. You need to have Google ads running. You need to be on Angie, Thumbtack. You need to be omnipresent. Ultimately, the way you need to look at marketing is this. You are competing for attention. You need to be taking the money that you generate from the jobs that you produce, and you need to be throwing it into marketing channels that ultimately create ROAS, return on ad spend. And this is something you should be very, very confident in, and you should track the results. Here's how we do this. Whenever we put money into Facebook, we can track whether or not that lead is converting to a sale. Of course, we're using Drip Jobs for this. The lead enters into our pipeline. The lead gets followed up with automatically, and we can track that lead source all the way to the point in time where they actually buy from us. When we look at the sales numbers from that lead source, it's an easy decision to reinvest. Okay, so the way you need to think about marketing is, first, you need to look at it like stocks. You would never buy one stock for a whole portfolio. Sometimes Facebook doesn't do really well. Sometimes Google doesn't do really well, and Facebook does really well. Sometimes Angie doesn't bring in any leads, and then we have Facebook supplementing that. But if you're in the first year of your business and you're trying to rapidly scale, you need leads coming in from all angles. Now, here's the deal. Do I believe that there's one answer when it comes to marketing and everything needs to be done online? Of course not. Could you set up a canvassing team? Could you do door to door? Could you get creative and knock on, go into realtor's office? Sure, but the quickest way to get in front of people is online advertising. Find yourself a marketing agency as quickly as you can. A side bonus that you won't be taught by anyone that hasn't been in this game is the pressure that you're going to feel, which is good. You need to embrace pressure as a new business owner. You need to embrace pressure as someone that wants to scale to 7 figures. You are now in a game that really ultimately has such a low chance of success, but only the few that endure the pressure will actually get there. So embrace the pressure. The pressure is going to be this. You're going to be spending more money than you've ever spent on something that isn't even a guarantee. That's marketing. But your job with that marketing is to convert those leads to customers. And that only comes from the pressure of saying, I just spent $3,000 on this marketing agency. They generated me a lead. The lead's not answering the phone. How am I going to go about this? And I'm going to keep calling and calling and calling. You have to have a certain level of grit about the way you do business. And if you don't, then guess what? Owning a business is not for you. And that's okay. You might want to go work for someone else, but you are in the wild. And I hate to be so brash about this, but I want you to understand something. The success of your business is entirely up to you and the disciplines that you impose on yourself and your ability to seek out wisdom, seek out information, iterate, to surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurs, to use the most powerful tools, to not count the cost, okay? Because ultimately the payoff is so great. I'm so blessed to have owned and still do operate a 7-figure house painting business. And I've had the fortunate pleasure of coaching over 350 contractors on my podcast, Contractor Secrets, and being so heavily involved in the up-to-date strategies, powerhouse business owners that use drip jobs. I love this game, but I remember what it was like when I first started. And I remember being apprehensive to buy leads or spend money on marketing or to actually take the time to learn a hiring process. And I paid for it, and I paid for it in a big way. And this is my plea to you. You want to get to 7 figures? That's something that you're aspiring toward. It's not about the 7 figures. It's who you become along the way. It's how good you become at making decisions, how good you become at taking risk, how good you become at reading people and learning dialogue, right? And practicing sales and building an organization that doesn't just get to 7 figures, but gets to 7 figures and you're able to keep some of it, right? That's the goal. So if you got something out of this, if this inspired you to take action, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Subscribe, give me a like, drop a comment, I'll reply to it. And I'd love to have you as a member of our school community. Surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurs. Head to school.com/dripjobs. Not only will you be able to be around dozens of scaling 7-figure entrepreneurs, but you get access to my hiring course. Save yourself the time. Join school, take my hiring course, and you will implement a strategy that I've used to hire dozens of powerhouse A+ team members in my painting business. Last, join us at Drip Jobs. Get the most powerful software for your home service business. And if you're just starting out, take a look at our startup program. We give brand new business owners 4 months of Drip Jobs absolutely free. So book a demo today, and I hope to see you on the next video.